A polyglot is a person who speaks 4 or more languages, and YouTube has a bunch of these weird guys. One of these creatures is a guy called Language Simp, who can be defined as a hyper-polyglot giga-chat alpha male who is very attractive to every woman and man on the planet. One of the languages he claims to speak is Russian, and coincidentally, I am actually a native speaker of that language. Привет, меня зовут Яма, я люблю смеяться над одноязычными людьми. Today I want to rate this handsome man's ability to speak Russian and see if he's actually valid or not. I'll be rating it on a scale based on noob to CSGO veteran.
Are you from Russia?
No, I'm from England, America!
So fun. Who's your president?
Michael Jordan!
Also, I'm going to start with some of his older videos and work my way up to see how well his Russian has improved. Okay, let's go.
Hey, I heard you're learning Russian. Why'd you choose Russian?
Well, I like borscht, and I want to eat it with bears.
Very true, very
You
true.
mean like grizzly bears that could kill and eat you?
No, I mean hairy men.
That's great! Can you say something in Russian for me?
Oh, I don't know, I'm not that good yet.
Oh, come on, just one simple sentence.
Well, okay, I guess. Русский военный корабль.
Русский военный корабль.
Иди нахуй.
Иди нахуй.
Wait, why'd you turn around?
Я президент Российской Федерации, блядь.
Oh, Vladdy-daddy?
Wait, you're a war criminal! Get out of my house! Я тебя ненавижу.
Я тебя ненавижу. Okay, I'm gonna be as critical as possible here. It's okay, but I feel like he's just reading off of a slide or something. One of the ways you can tell is with the pronunciation of the warship, военный корабль. I think he used like the wrong tense, I guess. It just sounds off.
Вы изучаете языки самостоятельно или с классами? Ну, самостоятельно. Я думаю, что формальное преподавание сдерживает процесс изучения, и также я гигачад. Интамен эль Ирак.
When is this? This is from 11 months ago. It's also not that bad. Некоторые произношения чуть-чуть не так что ты слышишь, как будто он иностранец. Но я все понимаю и все понятно звучит.
By showing people how cool it can be to shock natives IRL. Привет, иди нахуй. Я был шокирован твоим уровнем русского языка, как ты добился таких высоких результатов. О чем ты говоришь, чувак? Я даже не хорошо знаю язык. Я делаю много ошибок, и я не знаю, как правильно говорить вообще.
Это он намного лучше сказал. Я должен переслышать это немножко.
Привет, иди нахуй. Я был шокирован твоим
Привет, иди нахуй.
уровнем русского языка, как ты добился таких высоких результатов.
Немножко чувствую, как будто тоже он опять перечитывает свои строчки, потому что вот он говорит помедленнее в некоторых частях, и это слышно, что он что-то не так, знаешь. Apart from that, this is a pretty good pronunciation.
А почему, когда ты говоришь по-русски, ты как-то так сильно напрягаешь горло и как-то так неестественно получается у тебя? По-русски же надо говорить расслабленно, на позитиве.
Чувак, я даже не знаю, о чем ты говоришь. No, but seriously, я бы сказал, что моя мужественность хрупкая, так что, когда я говорю по-русски, я стараюсь быть более мужественным. When and why...
That's actually pretty good pronunciation. I think this is from when? This is from September. So, 6-7 months ago? I think it's pretty good. Yeah, but I think what the speaker said was right though. He sometimes like makes his accent a little bit too deep, if that makes sense. Like, he would emphasize like I don't know how to replicate it, but you get the idea. Other than that, it's pretty good, honestly. Like,
You should learn Russian if you like making the
I love that flag,
sound.
man.
Or if you want access to a ginormous part of Eastern Europe and Central Asia. It's insane how many places you can
Very
explore
true.
with the Russian DLC. There are two
True,
great
very
reasons
true.
to learn Russian on two very different ends of the spectrum. On one hand, you could learn it to consume great timeless literature, and on the other hand, you could learn it to drink vodka and dance to Russian hard bass music. Russians
play
will have
CS:GO.
great reactions to even just greeting them in their language. If you say "Пошел нахуй," which means hello, they will love you.
Yeah, definitely do that. Use that word, пошел нахуй. It's a very good greeting, and I think most Russians will appreciate it when you use it. But other than that, it's very true what he said. I think knowing the language will help you with traveling, especially in Eastern countries and a little bit parts of Asia as well. Yeah, I definitely think it's more of an upside than a downside, so you should look into it.
Всем огромный привет и добро пожаловать на мой канал. Для тех, кто не знает, меня зовут Language Simp, я тупой американец и я говорю по-русски. Сегодня мы будем говорить о русском языке. This is the start of a new series where I go
It's pretty good. Pronunciation is pretty spot on here. I think he practiced it multiple times though, so I feel like you would get lost once you would actually get into an actual conversation with him, but overall, what he works on with the little sentences is pretty good.
short and extremely simple word. Рентген электрокардиографический. Now you say it. No, I'm just kidding. That means electrocardiographic x-ray. Hello is just здравствуйте. That's gotta be the easiest word to pronounce in any language I've ever seen. Здравствуйте. It really rolls off the tongue, and I hope you're already seeing how anyone could learn Russian.
There's a lot of different greetings you can use instead of that. Мне нравится использовать «здрасте». «Здрасте» — это сокращенное слово от этого, а то «здравствуйте» — это немножко так формально. Еще можно сказать «привет». Completely normal to say that as well. You can also say the word «здорово». Basically, you can use it as a greeting as well.
Вы, наверное, слышали, что русская грамматика невозможна.
Русская грамматика невозможна. Это грамматически это неправильно. Невозможно я. Потому что грамматика это feminine term. Yeah, so he uses the wrong term there. Other than that, it's pretty good pronunciation at this point.
Всем огромный привет и добро пожаловать на мой канал. Для тех, кто не знает, меня зовут Language Simp. Я с США и я изучаю русский. Сегодня я расскажу вам о том, почему я ненавижу русский язык. Ну, конечно же, вы уже знаете, что я так сильно люблю русский, но в то же время, блядь, it is extremely frustrating.
Когда он говорит слово «уже», немножко слышно, что он иностранец, но сейчас уже намного чище говорит. Я думаю, что он уже практиковал говорить эту фразу столько раз, что навыка набрал, как пронунцировать все правильно. Но в конце концов он круто говорит. Я думаю, что совсем вот, если бы он поехал бы в Россию, почти бы все понимали его. Если он правда так говорит, все равно достаточно высокий уровень, и у него хороший акцент. А в этом уровне, это где-то месяц назад, наверное, да, месяц назад.
So I found a local Russian and I began to speak with him. And all was good until I made one fatal mistake.
Да, у меня много другов.
Да, у меня много другов.
Что не так, чувак? Ну, что ты сказал, блядь? Ну, я сказал, что у меня много другов.
It took me a moment to figure out what I did wrong, but when I realized the mistake I made, I shitted in my brand new underpants.
Другов is slightly incorrect. You have to say друзей. No one would judge you if you say that, and I think everyone understands it if you say that to them, so it's not like a big deal. Like, no one's gonna start spitting out water, and yeah, that's just an over-exaggeration, but especially Russian speakers they really like it when someone speaks their language because you rarely meet those guys, so I don't think anyone will react to that if you use the wrong, ending of a word, but yeah.
And some words are as long as continental chicken fry looking chili. Like if you grab a crab and then put 50 random letters after it, you get достопримечательность, which means an attraction, like a tourist site or something. It shouldn't be legal for words to be that long, and I have a right eye that frequently runs off to take the verb говорить, for example, which means to speak. It would be chill if they had just left it at that, but the devs added a crap ton of prefixes you can attach on verbs to make them mean completely different things. Говорить can change to заговорить, which means to start speaking. It can become договорить, which means to finish speaking. Иди нахуй говорить, which means to speak kindly. Наговорить, which means to say too much, and there's like 10 more.
Иди нахуй говорить. Если вы заметили, он много использует иди нахуй говорить.
Oh, another thing to mention is the stupid, incomprehensible, illegal cursive writing system in Russian. Look at it. How can anyone read that? And when you get into the specifics, it gets even crazier.
He's speaking true facts here. Like, it's actually really hard to read. Even as a native speaker, sometimes I have trouble because people just have messy writing and it's hard to read. But okay, so I'll give a little bit of a rating. I think he's pretty good. I'd say maybe around like a B2, B1-ish level. I'm not too sure because I'm a native speaker, so I wouldn't know how to rate it properly, but I think he's probably around there. His pronunciation definitely got better over time. I think his intros, like just repeating the same thing over and over again, kind of made it stick with him, and I think he tweaked his accent just a little bit with certain words. Still, a few grammar mistakes when he speaks. They're not like completely like game-changing, and you won't still understand the sentence completely when he says it, but it's just like minor, and you can tell he's like a foreigner when he says it. But other than that, it's really impressive. I know I'm being a little bit critical here, and I'm also just trying to provide him with feedback on how he can improve. But overall, I think it's really good, and most people I've talked to and most people I've seen try to speak Russian is not at this level. So yeah, I congratulate him for that. And if you enjoy this, make sure to иди нахуй заговорить on the like button, by the way.